The concept of Mutant, Year Zero, I mean, it comes from a classic pen and paper RPG in Sweden that came out in the early 80s.
We walk through the streets in Sweden, people see our t-shirts and they say to us, "Are you something to do with the game?" And we're like, yeah, we're working on Mutant Year Zero, the game. And they're like, "I just want to shake your hand."
It's a huge honor and we're a little bit nervous. We grew up with it. We have some liability that we don't screw it up completely. But it's a dream come true.
What we wanted to do with Mutant was to take a really deep, complex tactical game like XCOM, and not so much as emulate it, but by inspired by it.
Our first prototype playable was actually in a different engine, but we didn't have source code access, so at that point we started looking at Unreal. The first year actually became trying to figure out what the metagame, what will we add to the XCOM formula, and we failed miserably. As we were running out of money and running out of ideas, of course Unreal comes with this movement component and a couple of templates for doing third-person games and all that, and we kept the real time in there for debugging purposes, and at some point we just were running in real time, stepping into battle, stepping out to debug the battle, and realized, wait, this is a great loop, like this just works out of the box.
Considering we're such a small team, Blueprints helped us a lot, streamlining the workflow between the disciplines. You don't have to be a super technical person to actually do it, and you don't have to be a C++ programmer to understand it.
The blueprints were so sturdy that we could keep them for a long time into the project before we had to make a decision on like keeping them or put certain things in C++. The level designers would not only do level scripting things in Blueprint, they would also do tools for themselves to test things.
I can build maps very quickly. On the whiteboard in the morning, discussing what we want a map to be, and then playing it in the afternoon. And Unreal is really good at that. So that's why I love it. We want to build games which are unique and a little bit out there and a little bit kind of different. Maybe taking some popular genres and putting some spins on it. I mean, there's always a market for different genres. That's what we want to do as a studio. We want to explore those opportunities.
It's hard work making video games, and everybody should know that, right? Even if you get the greatest engine and the greatest team, it's going to take a lot of work. We actually use the Unreal Marketplace quite a bit for almost every aspect of the game. Even if you're not going to use it in the finished product, just having it up and running helps you so much with scoping the game and setting the quality level.
Saves small studio like us a lot of work. A lot of people start out making games, but the actual finish line is the hardest part of game development.
At shipping, that's when the real bugs show up. Figuring out if it's the engine or your own code can be a problem if you don't have the source code to the engine.
As a game developer, you want to have as much control as possible over every aspect of the project. And any part of the project where you don't have control is simply risk. The ability to just fix it yourself in the source code is unbelievably important. If you can't do that, then you risk delaying your whole project.
Now that we're almost there, I'm super proud of the work, also super nervous about reception. So it goes between, crying and laughing every 2 hours or so, and it's great. Like, I love this part of it.